morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
The speakers are very silent. So, my name is Chanda and I will be the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. And I welcome you all to the meeting number 456 of Sajapura Road Toastmaster. Before we begin, I would like to remind you there are 3 ground rules that we follow in Toastmasters. As Toastmaster, we refrain from discussing sex, religion and politics. Please ensure that you have put your phone on the silent, and whenever any speaker is on the stage, don't move here and there or comment yourself. When there is an applause and the transition is happening, that time you can move out. There was again one more rule, but I have online one, so I think these 3 were the ones. And just everyone has a mission to achieve their personal goal. Our Toastmaster Club also has a mission, and the mission of the club is to provide supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. With this, I declare the meeting officially open as meeting number 456, and I hand over the stage to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Rakesh. I would like everyone to applaud.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chanda. So welcome again to the 456 meeting of our club. Now, as you are aware what Toastmaster is, right? It's an organization that helps us to get better in public speaking. This started way back in 1924 by Ralph Bentley in USA. Right? He started with a very small group, telling them how to improve their presentation skills and speaking skills. Now, this has grown into a very big organization. Now, it's spread over 140 countries and it's still growing. So the reason why we are here is because we want to get better. Now, it could be in any aspect of public speaking. It could be related to vocabulary or just body language or confidence in general. But we want to get better. Now, to get better, we have to come to meetings, we have to take up roles, we have to speak. Right? So thank you very much for coming up, taking up roles. And with this, I'll have to, I would like to call upon the Toastmaster of the day, who is Toastmaster Shubham. And he has a very interesting theme lined up for today. He will be presenting a very stories related to this theme. So I'll call upon Toastmaster Shubham and hand it over to him. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rakesh. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So, as we have already seen that the theme of the day is manifesting your success. So, let's begin today's session. Has it ever happened to you that you wanted something so badly that you poured your heart and soul into it, and just when you thought that it's out of your reach, the universe aligned in your favor and opened the doors that you never knew existed? So, well, to quote Mr. Shah Rukh Khan from Om Shanti Om, अगर किसी चीज को आप शिद्दत से चाहो तो पूरी कायनात उसे तुमसे मिलाने में जुट जाती है, right? But does this happen only in movies? Not really. It can happen in real life too. Have you read the book Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy?
Yes.
She has read. Okay, so it's based on this very concept. The idea that what you focus on and what you take action on is what you attract. It's not just Bollywood concept, it's actually a science or psychology. So your subconscious mind doesn't differentiate between imagination and reality. If you repeatedly visualize your success, your mind starts working in that direction and you can achieve it. This is called law of attraction. So let's take an example. Let's take example of Sachin Tendulkar. So as a young boy, he would visualize himself holding the World Cup trophy. With this visualization in his mind, he trained for years, and finally in 2011, we achieved it. He held that trophy. So it wasn't his own contribution, it was a team effort. But just by visualizing it, he enabled the universe to help him achieve his dream. So as Walt Disney once said, if you can dream it, you can do it. And that's why we are here at Toastmasters, to visualize our growth as a better speaker and leader, to manifest our confidence and to take action towards our success. On that note, let me explain how a Toastmasters session is conducted. Each meeting is divided into 3 parts: prepared speeches, table topic session, and evaluation. The first is the prepared speeches, where members deliver a prepared speech of about 5 to 7 minutes, which they have practiced and refined with the help of mentors. The second is the table topic session, which is a fun and spontaneous segment where anyone from the audience can step up and speak for 1 to 2 minutes on a surprise topic given by the table topic master. The next session and the final session is the evaluation session, where our general evaluator provides insightful feedback on the overall conduct of the meeting and help us all improve and grow as a speaker. Having said that, let me invite on stage our general evaluator of the day, Toastmaster Rakesh. Rakesh is a software consultant at Deloitte with over 9 years of experience. He joined Toastmasters to enhance his social and presentation skills. He enjoys traveling and movies and cricket. Can we have a big round of applause for Mr. Toastmaster Rakesh? Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shubham. So, like any other skill in our life, speaking skill is also something that comes with time. Like we take time, it takes iterations to get better in speaking. It cannot be like you take a crash course and you get from level 1 to level 10. Like that doesn't happen, it takes time. But while we work towards getting better, there would be someone, we need somebody to tell us what we are doing right, what we are not doing right? And only based on the feedback that we get from these people, we get better, right? It's something that we can relate to manifesting success also. To manifest and visualize that, there should be someone to tell how it should be, right? What should be the end goal? So that's where the evaluators come into picture, right? In a typical Toastmaster meeting, how it works is, as Toastmaster Shubham said, we have prepared speeches and then we have table topics, right? So for prepared speeches, for each of the speaker, there is a specific evaluator assigned who will be telling what went right, what could be better, right? But from an overall holistic perspective of the meeting, conduct of the meeting, that's where I as a general evaluator come into picture, right? So I'll be observing each and every thing happening in this meeting, and then at the end of the meeting, I'll be presenting a report, right? But for me to handle this, I need few people who will be assisting me. That's what we call as the twag team. So twag team is nothing but the timer, the arc counter, the grammarian, and the word master. So we have few people who have taken up this role. So I like to call them on the stage and let them introduce what their roles are. So first of all, it's the timer of the day, who is Toastmaster Deepak.
Hello all, I am Deepika, and for today's I am a timer, and there are 3 speeches. First is, there are 2 speeches, speaker and table topics. And for speakers, we will be having total 6 minutes. At 4 minutes, I will be showing green card. At 5 minutes, I will be showing yellow card, and at 6 minutes, I will be showing green card. Same for table topics. For table topics, the time span is 1 minute, 130 seconds, and 2 minutes. So that's it. Thank you.
For evaluation.
Yeah. And for evaluation speeches, the time span will be 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will be showing green card, 2:30 yellow card, and 3 minutes, I will be showing red card.
Can you show how you will be showing?
My phone, I will be showing through phone.
Can you just show one so that speakers are there?
I haven't downloaded yet.
No, it's there in the group.
Okay, meanwhile, I will share. Rakesh, you can carry.
Yeah, so the next person who will be helping me in this evaluation is the grammarian, and Toastmaster Durai is the grammarian for today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rakesh. So, good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So, as a grammarian, my responsibility is to pay close attention to all speakers and tracking their language usage. We'll be tracking like misuse of English words and outstanding words and some codes. So I'm going to introduce word of the day today, which is ineffable, meaning inexpressible, meaning like said to create, to describe. So one example is beauty of the sunrise over the mountain is ineffable. So that is one example. I encourage everyone to use that word. And the phrase of the word is embrace challenge. It's a very common word. We have to have it. So I encourage everybody to use it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and the third person who is going to help me is the R counter. So it's me. I am taking that role myself. So we'll get started with this meeting, and I'll hand it over to Toastmaster Shubham, and we will be coming up at the end of the meeting with our report. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rakesh. So now let's begin to the next phase of our meeting. But before that, more on manifesting our success. So earlier I mentioned that manifestation is not just a concept from movie. It's a science and it can happen in real life too, right? But the natural question arises, have I ever seen it work? Absolutely. In fact, I have experienced it myself. So let me share a small incident from my childhood. Back in 4th class, I was a decent student, scoring around 80 to 90% marks in class. And competition these days, anything less than 99.99% is scrapped. So even after scoring around 90%, I used to hover around 10th rank. So in a summer break, I met a friend who always used to come first. And once I met him, I saw how he was praised and recognized for his efforts. And that made an lasting impact on me. So for the entire summer, I prayed to God, just let me come first, just at least once. And guess what? It happened. You might say that it was my hard work that led to this, but I'm not entirely sure that it was entirely just my efforts. Few of the classmates who were top rankers left the school. It was as if universe aligned in my direction and helped me achieve my dream. Okay? So message here is simple. When you deeply desire something, take action and believe in it wholeheartedly. The universe often meets you halfway. So half was my effort, half was universe effort, and together we achieved the goal. So opportunities arises, situations shift, and what once seemed impossible starts become reality. So dream big, take action, and trust the process because universe is always listening. So on that note, now let's begin the first section of our meeting, prepared speeches. So our first prepared speech is by Toastmaster Deepak. Before I invite him on stage, may I request his evaluator, Toastmaster Chanda, to read out the speech objectives. Over to you, Toastmaster Chanda.
Thank you, Shubham. So today we have 2 speeches and both the speeches are icebreaker. So timer kindly make a note of it that the speakers will be given 4 to 6 minutes and there will be 30 seconds grace period. And once you show the red card, let the red card be there till the speaker is speaking. And so the purpose of the speech for my target speaker Deepak is to introduce himself to the club and learn the basic structure of the public speech. And his speech title is Journey is all about acceptance and move on. So all the best to my target speaker, and it's his first speech. So once the speaker has finished, would request everyone to raise an applause. Okay? And I would like to hand over back the stage to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Shubham.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chanda. So now let's welcome Toastmaster Deepak. With this speech, journey is all about acceptance and moving on. Journey is all about acceptance and moving on. Toastmaster Deepak.
Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Deepak. I am Before starting this icebreaker, just want to say that it is manifestation about myself. It might be boring for you, but I will try to explain you in the resonate or very simplified way. To start with about myself, I am from Chittoor, Andhra Pradesh. Since 2014, I have been living in Bangalore, Karnataka. This is about myself. Where I have to come to about my education. I completed my MBA in my hometown. Up to 5th class, I was in Hyderabad. Where my father was retired in army, my mother is homemaker. I am the youngest child to my parents. To come to the work experience, I have almost 13 plus years of experience in post my MBA. Currently, I am working in Accenture for last 9 years. I will complete in August. It is more about ventures and acquisitions, or I will work for the internal corporate functions, the finance team, for the Accenture. Where I can say that even I have the habit of learning some quotation or phrases like when I was spending 9 years of my journey, I can resonate that 9 years paid me the patience pace of that. Where I can resonate the 9 years to resonate. Then to come to about my personality, I am kind of introvert to the unknown people and extrovert to the known people. Right. So I might be very silent in the group. The people is very new and otherwise people I will be talking with them and chat with them with funny and jokes and all. To come to my personal life, I have 2 kids. Elder one is the son and the younger one is the daughter. I'm very happy with last 4 years during the COVID time. I was very spending my time with them most of the time. Now also getting them ready in the morning and sending them to the school when in the working days. Otherwise, I'll be spending my time with them as much as I can when I'm not going to the office. The daily routine will be twice in a week I will go to office. That is mostly Wednesdays and Friday. Otherwise, based on the meetings or etc., I'll be changing the days. In weekends, the Toastmasters, anyways, it is I have added in recent last 6 months or 1 year. So I'm coming 10:30 to this slot is like booked for Toastmasters. Then other than that, I started also added playing cricket to considering my age or whatever. So I thought to add some physical activity where my that Accenture team is also playing in the HSR club early morning something. Otherwise, in the local team somewhere I will try to play in the weekends, either Saturday or Sunday, whenever the time permits. The current life, if you ask me, that the time with I have few friends in MBA or some college friends. I used to stay with them. They are surrounding 5 to 7 kilometers. When time permits, we go and talk in offline. Otherwise, we speak online based on the need and connect. And when it comes to the colleagues, of course, as I said, twice in a week we connect. But unofficially also we go for the Fridays and we go for drinks and all. That after 5:30 and all. That some talk we will do. And this is about my thing. When I want to compare before and after, like after job or before job I was very like less disciplined, I would say. Or, I was disciplined in terms of I was not even having tea, coffee, and also some of course the drink also. When I'm not having tea, coffee, of course I will be having drinks. So yeah, so those things were there. And all this, but after coming to the office, the name of collaboration network, one or other way I was doing, except that I was doing other thing where it was instead of achieving one thing, I was doing something types. So, so this is how it was. Then learning, I would say I was observing with my kids what they were doing, so that was enhanced my productivity in work and also personal life also, the happiness also loaded. Just to give some example, yesterday one incident happened. I was giving a water to my son. He was explaining me. He was 4.5 years. He was explaining me the how the water filter will work. From the tap to the external filter, the water will flow. From there, the external filter to the water will flow to the main filter. So this kind of the things he was explaining. So that even I don't think at this age also how this we will not put some effort, right? Observing all these things he was doing, those things also it is like relearning ourselves. Even though we are passing that age, again like relearning. These are the things something, but trust and pandemic, just to talk about my tough times during COVID. My son was born as premature first of all. That was the toughest moment. Where it was, and also the pandemic also it is tougher for everyone. It is kind of too much of anything is too bad, and butterfly in the stomach like that when I was facing that kind of issue, anxiety and all this. And the last minute, that is the one. The second daughter, and the daughter also my daughter had some holes in the heart when she born, and it was kind of again. Time heals everything. So right now she's 3 years. Now everything is going good, and whatever the hole she had, it was auto recovered. So the time is, these are the something. But last month, one thing I want to cover that. Even in personal life, I couldn't complete certain things like CA, CMA. I tried to complete after my MBA, but due to time constraint or one or other personal commitments, I couldn't complete. So it is like kind of elephant in the room where the problem is bigger. So I have to prioritize other things. So it is like, so that's why I thought to give this line, journey is all about acceptance and more. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Toastmasters Deepak. That was a great icebreaker speech. So now let's move on to the next speech for today. The next speech is by Toastmaster Nikhil. So please help me in welcoming Toastmaster Nikhil with his speech, Finding My Voice. Finding My Voice, Toastmaster Nikhil.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shubham. So, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So, I have noticed that I like talking to people about a lot of general topics. But I tend to lose interest when people start talking too much about themselves. This is not for you, Deepak. So, by the same logic, I have always avoided talking much about myself because I would assume that why would anyone be interested in my life? After all, my life is no mystery action thriller. But here I am about to do exactly that. That is talking about myself. So I will start from the start. So I was born in the state of Haryana, and my parents moved to Delhi when I was 1 year old. So that's where I have lived most of my life, including my schooling. As a student, I was fairly good in studies. I would do a self-study before the exam and get decent marks. But despite my academic success, my parents were not impressed enough. And one of the reasons was that most of my hobbies that time were very indoor based. So I would watch cricket on TV. I loved playing board games, cards. I was great in carom, chess. So basically anything which had a set of rules and did not require sunlight, I was there. So in that way I was not very outgoing and like physically active. My father would say, play outside, get some fresh air. So one day I reluctantly obeyed. It was a great weather that day. I called my friends from the neighborhood. We went to a nearby park. We found a suitable area for playing. Then under the open sky and the pleasant breeze, we sat on the grass and started playing cards. So that was my idea of outdoor games then. Anyway, so fast forward, one of the important phases of my life was when I transitioned from a student world to a corporate world. So initially it felt like an alien territory to me. Suddenly, from a quiet comfort of my solo study sessions, I was tossed into a chaotic world where meetings will never end and small talk is a must skill. But my life changed when I met a very special person there. Someone who became the reason I would go to office, with whom I would chat all day and stay up late, who would made my heartbeat go up, and who always stood by me, well, literally, my boss, who would always be standing behind me whenever I was working, who would chat with me all day and night, and he would definitely make my heartbeat go up. But I survived those challenges. I think that phase really shaped my personality. I became more confident in corporate world. I became slightly more mentally tough. And I realized that sometimes the toughest mentors can leave a long-lasting impact. So up until this time, I was staying in Delhi NCR region. So one day I got a job offer from Bangalore, and then I had to decide whether I want to relocate. So it was a very tough decision because Delhi had become my comfort zone. But then for the sake of career, I had to make a move and I decided to relocate. And I'm staying in Bangalore since last 8 years now. When I look back at my life, I realized that a lot of my hobbies and thought process has evolved over time. I have become more open to new experiences, taking initiatives. I've become much more physically active. And apart from the book knowledge, I now really appreciate practical experiences in life. And in fact, traveling has become my favorite hobby. Although most time I have spent traveling is on our roads only, so be careful what you wish for. But despite all the changes, one thing that has not changed much is my reluctance to speak in public. This is something that I have avoided throughout my life. So this is what I intend to change now, and that's why I joined Toastmasters. And I believe that with my first prepared speech today, I have started my journey of finding my voice.
Thank you, Toastmasters Nikhil. So that was a really wonderful icebreaker speech. So now let's move on to next session of the meeting. But before that, I would like to talk more on our theme today. So earlier I told you how manifestation worked in my life. So does manifestation work for ordinary people like us? I guess it works. Let's take example of Dhirubhai Ambani. He was an ordinary person. He began his career working as a gas station attendant in Yemen. Yet he had a massive vision to build an empire that would touch the life of every Indian. Despite countless hurdles, lack of capital and regulatory challenges, he relentlessly pursued his dream, he visualized it and took bold actions. Through sheer determination and crystal clear vision, he transformed a humble trading business into one of India's largest conglomerate. His journey is a shining example that if you can see it in your mind, you can achieve it in your life. His story is a powerful testament to how a clear vision coupled with persistent action can manifest extraordinary success even from humble beginnings. Now let's move on to our fun and interactive table topic session. Our table topic master for today is Toastmaster Kundan. Toastmaster Kundan completed his integrated masters in mathematics from NIT Roorkela and has worked in analytics consulting for over half a decade. His dream or rather, what he manifests is to reach the Toastmasters World Championship finals. So, over to you, Toastmaster Kundan.
I will give a new introduction. That's a very good one.
Now his manifestation has reached you.
It has reached this. Hi everyone, my fellow Toastmasters and guests. This is one of the most exciting segments of Toastmasters because it helps you build a very powerful skill of public speaking, that is impromptu speak. You learn thinking on your feet, structuring, clearly expressing your thoughts, and trusting your voice when you have no script. It helps you build confidence, think on your feet, and it also gives a chance to Toastmaster as well as guests to speak their mind. So some tips from my side on how can you approach table topics. Take a moment to absorb the topic. Try to use personal stories because it helps connect you better to the audience. Try to be honest and authentic because honesty and authenticity is better than perfection. Try to structure your speech. It can be as simple as introduction, body, and conclusion. And finally, have fun. There is no right or wrong. It is just that everyone has a unique perspective. So I will call upon if anyone would like to volunteer for this extempo speech, or I will pick names. Anyone? Yeah, have you ever attracted something unexpected just by focusing on it?
Focusing on sleep. If I focus too much on some content, because this topic I didn't understand, but I will put it on my own terms.
I can change the topic if you want.
It's okay.
Okay.
So mainly when he talked about you have focused a lot and then you achieved it or you attracted it, I thought okay, he's going to give some different level of content. Then if we focus, what I have seen is once I have a goal and I work towards it, I'm able to achieve. It's just that sometimes it will feel like that now it's a point to give up and go and find some other goal just because this is not achievable. But once I sit back and then think about what I have improved from the time I have started. If I take the example of Toastmaster, was a person I have never been on stage before coming to Toastmaster. My first speech when I came, or first role also I have taken was my icebreaker speech, not even the timer account or anything. But when I came on stage, just because I had already rehearsed and practiced it, so I thought I might fumble and all. But it didn't happen. I was able to smoothly deliver, and when people started applauding, then I thought, yeah, it just required a platform for me. And when I focus and practice it, I was able to achieve it. So that's how I have attracted what I call public speaking skill is called, just because whenever I go to anywhere, whether it's being in cult or being in my office or outside, people will say, how can you be spontaneous so much and then you can speak to a lot of people? And I told you, it's just that it comes as a natural flow. So previously I had to explicitly pre-plan, okay, if I'm going to this meeting, what I have to speak. But as soon as the time progressed, it started becoming a habit of you. So thank you for the topic.
Anyone would like to come next? Any guesses? Describe your dream life as if it's already your reality.
Describe your
Dream life as if it is already your reality. You are already living it. Describe your dream life. Just dream life.
Okay. So it's quite easy, right? Whenever you talk about what you achieve, is dream life is sitting at home, getting the money, right? But that's something which is not achievable. What I wanted is like I should be able to in the sense I should at the age of 60 also I should be doing something, right? Something creative. that's how I wanted to learn new skills, so that I can ensure that I should be active in my day-to-day life, or maybe I should be active, or I should make some value to wherever I am standing, right? Be it during my retirement age, I should be give some type of value to the society. To achieve that, I should have some type of skills to do. Maybe a skill which I have to cultivate now, so that I can share it with the people when I am in the retirement life, right? So those are the things which I wanted, and that's how I'm like the person who wanted to share my knowledge, teach the people, and I wanted to achieve that as a skill. And a dream life should be, if I'm able to do that, able to manage my family at a certain age, make happy from my side, right? When you yourself happy, that means you are achieving, you are able to achieve lots of things. So that's my target.
My dream life is trying to live longer like that millionaire Brian Johnson. Yeah, anyone next?
We have one new Toastmaster officially today, so she can come.
Today.
Oh, the racer. Yeah. If you could manifest one thing this year, what would it be and why?
For success.
Anything you manifest. Anything.
Toastmasters guest. Yeah. I already manifested, but I'm not sure I'm going to get success. So the manifesting was actually I have to improve my leadership skills and influencing skills. Being a project lead, I need to have this. I know I'm getting lagged here, so I wanted to improve. So my first step towards Toastmaster. That's the reason I joined Toastmaster. I need to do a lot of progress. I have a kind of roadmap. I hope I achieve it. I hope I will achieve it. Thank you.
Thanks. How many more people can do? 2 more people. Okay. Anyone else?
TMOD can take.
Yes.
Okay. What's your take on is law of attraction just positive thinking with a fancy name?
So I wanted to like major when the important reason why I joined Toastmasters was because I wanted to improve my impromptu speaking skills. So that's why I try to take up this role as much as possible. So I guess this is very relevant to today's theme, that whether it's fictional or something that happens in real life. So as I have already mentioned one story that it happened to me, that I achieved something in childhood. Also, lot of times it has happened to me that when I think that I want this and when I put in my effort, so someone else also helps me. Maybe it's God or it's some superpower, but it helps you achieve your dream. So I think that it works. I will tell you a story. So while I was preparing for MBA, I already had a good job, so I wanted to do my MBA from only Tier 1 B schools, from top 10 to 15, top 15 colleges of India. So I tried in the first year. I only got around 85 to 90% marks in CAT, and I thought that I won't be able to achieve or crack my exam or the dream B school. But then I tried again and again, and after 2 years, in the third year, I was able to do it. So I'm not sure whether it was only hard work or somebody else helped me. Maybe some other people fell sick on that day and scored less. But I was able to get into my dream B school and complete my MBA. So that's, I guess, it works in real life also. It's not fictional. Thank you.
Were you behind those school toppers leaving school? Like, did you do that? Okay, anyone else? difficult one for you, not difficult, thought-provoking one for you. Do you think collective manifestation can influence society or global events? Collective societal manifestation.
I really did not understand that question at all, but I'm going to say something still. Collective manifestation can
influence society or global events.
I mean, if I look at it from a leadership perspective, I mean, unless the leaders that we have around, right, maybe our country's prime ministers or presidents or people in the high-ranking jobs and CEOs of the companies who make decisions which impact the whole world, unless they have a vision, unless they visualize what they want to achieve for the betterment of the society, we as a society cannot grow, right? So they will have to do something, think in the right direction, visualize. Only then we can get better. So I think what you're saying, collective visualization and manifestation is always something that can help us grow and grow as a society, as a country, as a world, as a civilization. So I think that's how I was able to relate to it. I don't know if I was correct or not, but yeah, that's how I put it. Thank you.
Just a twist, a topic for you also. TMOD you can give, any random topic.
Anything, can you tell me about an instance where you wanted something and you worked for it, but the universe did not align in your direction and you failed?
Yeah, so I think you guys are already aware of that. I had mentioned that in my icebreaker speech. It was in my first company. A very popular southern actress had joined our company. She had a blockbuster movie under her belt during her teenage years, a blockbuster Malayali movie. So there was a fun session, and she had to reenact her movie scene with a particular person. And I raised my hands because no one had the guts to stand in front of her. I went there, she kneeled on one leg and reenacted that movie scene with me. What I felt that she acted so brilliantly that I felt that it was actually realistic. I mustered courage and went up to her after the session. And I told her, like, if you cannot act this well, I have seen your movie. There must be something true in what you said. And she actually literally, in decent English language, she slandered me. She said, Kundan, do you really, like, I feel that I deserve an Oscar, that I was able to reenact that scene in front of a person like you. And that actually, I also put counter offers in front of her. Because she has 2 managers, I said, let me be one of your PR agents. Together we can rule Malayali industry. She said, I already have 3 of them, 4 of them, but I am not going to keep you as my PR agent. So I was utterly unsuccessful. I gave my best, right? If that would have been successful, then I could have, through her connections, I could have been a movie star today. I wouldn't have been delivering this speech here. Thank you.
Okay, so after the fun table topic session, let's move on to the final and most important section of today's meeting, the evaluation session. But before we move on, I would like to talk more on the today's theme. So before we move on to the final session, let's talk about another important person, Roger Bannister. So for years, it was believed that running a mile under 4 minutes was impossible. So doctors said that it's physically impossible to complete a run of 1 mile within 4 minutes. But Roger Bannister not only trained hard, he vividly visualized himself breaking that barrier. And he mentally ran the race inside his mind several times, seeing and feeling his success. On May 6, 1954, he did it. He ran the mile in under 4 minutes, specifically 3 minutes 59 seconds. So making impossible possible. His strong belief and visualization played a key role in manifesting this reality. This story reminds us that sometimes the biggest limitations are the ones that we place on ourselves. By vividly imagining our success and believing in its possibility, we can unlock potential we never knew existed and break through our own potential barriers. So now let's move on to the final and most important part of today's meeting, the evaluation session. I would like to invite our general evaluator, Toastmaster Rakesh, back on stage for his report. Over to you, Toastmaster Rakesh.
Thank you. So I think we had a very good session today, despite the number of people turning out to be lesser than what we have most of our times. But it was a pretty fun-filled session as a whole. Felt like the prepared speeches were, despite them being the icebreaker speeches, kudos to both Nikhil and Deepak. They had humorous segments somewhere or the other in the speeches, so that made it very good. The evaluation is yet to happen, but yeah, I'll call them. And then the entire flow was pretty good. So what I'll do is right now I'll just invite the evaluator, who is Toastmaster Chanda, to evaluate the speeches that we have happened, and then I'll call upon the back team as well. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rakesh. So I will be firstly evaluating Toastmaster Deepak. So as his speech title was, Journey is all about acceptance and moving on. So what I saw, he had a great content. He shared his personal, professional, and how he has learned networking skill just in the name of collaboration. So the thing that I would ask him to embrace as a challenge is ensure that he has a great content, but he lacked, I think, the practice. He has not rehearsed it, and just because he had the script and phone in hand and he was scrolling, so most of the time he was losing touch of the audience. So that he can ensure that he can practice it multiple times before coming on the stage, so that he has his hand gesture and he could have utilized. He was using the stage, but it was an unnecessary movement. He could have used in a better way, where when he was describing from where he comes from, and then where he has reached and how he has come to the Toastmaster platform. So, and just because he had mix of his success stories, and the things that has holded him back was his personal issues. Is when his son was born, and then he was a premature. So what kind of situation he went through, he could have described more, so that the audience will be able to connect. And then the second child, just because what happens in our Indian family, we usually see in a more negative way, but he has come back to it. And the thinking process, when he described that his 4-year son, when he was describing, he used the hand gesture for it, and then he connected it back. It's not that okay, what his son is telling, it's okay, now the kids have grown, but how he was able to connect to his own thought process, that when he was a kid or now also, he is not able to think much, or we don't put much of a brain in that angle. So the only challenge that I would give him is to ensure that the content which he has, he could come up in a segment voice or practice it, and once get it mentored. I think the speech that he had was really not discussed or recorded and shared to the your mentor. That helps, so that this stage we can utilize. So I would request him to re-attempt by practicing it again. So moving on to the next evaluation of Toastmaster Nikhil. So it was an ineffectual speech, just because it was very difficult for me to, okay, it's the icebreaker also, and it was a great start. Before, once you introduce yourself, right, a brief you have given, what kind of personality you are. You connected with the first speaker, that I am not a more of a person who express, or who is more of, people will know you. So, and there it brought a hook, that even if audience are not willing to listen to you, okay, what's the story that is coming? So that's a great hook start, and usually people either start with a quote or anything, but you connected with your experience. And then you started, where do you come from? so Haryana, and then you did all your schooling studies and all, and how you transitioned to a corporate world. So there when you were telling that fast forward, you could have moved or you could have come in front. So that just because we people will also see that you have transitioned, but you have only utilized this space. So next time onwards, to ensure that whenever there is a transition or any movement, you make use of the stage usage. Anyway, it will come as part of your next speech, but it is a great practice. And when you describe your hobbies, it was how all the indoor games which you have, I'm not sure whether you have played all, but you reminded everyone, including me, that when we used to play as a child. So it takes us back also and then brings us back also. And when you describe that when you moved from indoor to outdoor, how your movement didn't move from the games. It's just that the environment changed. So that's a good thing. You were very clear on your vocal variety. That's a great thing, just because most of the people struggle there, and your voice tonality is also good. Hand gesture was up to the mark. It's just that when you were holding your phone, that you could have avoided, just because I don't think you have utilized it for the speech. So it's better to keep it in pocket or something. And when you were describing that you used to talk in the late night, that made everyone think that you found your girl in your office, but eventually it came out to be your boss. So that was a great humor. And there was a great quote that you have, which came from your life also. The toughest mentor leads to great life. So that was a big lesson that everyone took. And how you moved from a bookish student when you were great at study, from bookish language, bookish learning, you have transitioned into a practical experience. So as an icebreaker, congratulations on that. But I would like to challenge that whenever there was a point where you told long back, there you could have paused also. So that pause will make audience curious also. So ensure that stage usage you can include, and conclusion you can improve a little bit. There was not much of a greater conclusion, but few things which audience can take, but at the end, ensure that 30 seconds or something you put it as a conclusion. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
That was a wonderful evaluation. I'll now call upon our tag team, starting with Toastmaster Deepika, to present the timer report.
Hello all. So I will start with the speeches today. One second. Yeah, so today we had two speeches. First is of Deepak. He took 6.40 minutes, and then we had Nikhil. Nikhil took 5 minutes, and then we had table topics. First Chanda came, and Chanda took 1.52 minutes, 5.52 minutes, and then Rakesh, you took 1.2 minutes, and then Dure took 40 seconds, Shubham took 2 minutes, and Rakesh took 1 minute, and then Kundan took 1.45 minute, and Chanda's evaluation, including both the evaluation, took around more than 5 minutes.
Individually,
You took for first evaluation 2.44 minutes, and after that you took 3 minutes.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepika. Next, I'll call upon Toastmaster Dure to present the primary report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rakesh. So I'm going to give grammarian and word master report. So hope we had a great learning today. So with respect to word of the day, Chandan has used only once. Other than that, nobody used. So I encourage everyone to use it. And the phrase of the day nobody has used, so I encourage everybody to use it. So use. Okay, so I wanted to share which are the outstanding codes or words to be was used by our fellow Toastmasters. So Shubham has used actually wonderful codes which I liked it, so I noted down. If you see it in mind, you can achieve it. So it's more of related to manifesting your success and dream big, success yours, unlock potentials never ever existed. Those are like nice quotes. And now we can come to like a misuse of English language. So first actually Shubham, Toastmaster Shubham, it has lasting impact because it was in past tense. We can use it had lasting impact. And Chanda actually used two filler words multiple times and something. And Deepak actually in his speech actually come to my experience instead of that he can say in my experience or with respect to my experience. So he said daily routine will be instead of that it's a daily routine is. So he has used some filler words like early, like something, those can be avoided. And he said actually we can go to drinks after work hours. So instead of that we can go to party, something like that. So that's why instead of that we can say that's the reason. So then actually Toastmaster Kundan used actually filler words I think multiple times. And Shubham, like instead of somebody fall sick, it's a fell sick because of the post. Yeah, that's it from Ramayana. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. I think you also covered the R counter report with it, but I just walk you through the R counter report as well. Toastmaster Shubham used 4 times and the filler word so couple of times. Toastmaster Chanda used once and the filler word means I think 3 times. Deepak used a lot of R's and arms. I think he used almost like 8 to 10 times. And Nikhil used and couple of times, and this filler word so couple of times. Pratish used once. I heard him using that word. Durai used the word filler word so couple of times. Shubham used I think I've covered for Shubham, and then Kundan used once and the word filler word like couple of times. So these are the improvements that we can look into going forward. Coming to the overall general evaluator report, as I said in the beginning, it was a pretty well organized meeting. Given that the audience count is pretty less, but still the roles were taken up and we were able to complete the meeting. The couple of things that we can improve upon is I think that's one thing that we need to really work upon is the fact that we are not able to start the meeting on time. I think this is something that has been going on for some time, and I myself am a culprit for this today. So that's something we need to work on. Make sure that we are arriving at the venue at least 5 minutes in advance. And especially if I'm a role taker, I should be here at least 5 minutes in advance. I think the setup and all, I think it was pretty good. No issues there. The overall the speeches that were that happened or were delivered were, as I said in the beginning, were very good. The flow, despite it being icebreaker speeches, they were pretty well spoken. Especially, I think Nikhil, kudos to you. I spoke about Chanda already. The evaluations he did was pretty immaculate. thanks for taking up both the roles for the day, as you usually do. And then going to the Twilight team also, especially to Toastmaster Deepak, as he was taking it up for the first time. She actually very recently has joined the club. So thank you for taking it up and doing good work in there. And Toastmaster today also, thank you for taking the role and understanding and explaining the role to the audience and doing a good job there. As far as the R counter role is concerned, I took it up and I missed calling out the role that is involved with this because I was taking the general rapid role, so I kind of forgot doing that. So that's a miss on my end. And so yeah, I think it has been a pretty well conducted meeting. The table topic master did a very good job. I think as usual, Kundan is someone who has a lot of positive energy that he exudes. So keep doing that, and very well crafted topics. And all the speakers also, I think they did the best they could. And then I think Toastmaster of the day, Shubham, I would like to definitely call you out and say, you did a very good job. I think this is your first role as a TMOD, and you took very good examples, the quotes and the example of Sarvan and Sachin Tendulkar. I think it helped to kind of establish what you're talking about. And you even took your own example, wherein you were able to pass with first marks or first class marks. So I think very well conducted, very well done. That's how I'd like to close this report. Hope we'll be bettering what we couldn't do in our next meetings. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rakesh. So we are at the end of our meeting. So I would like to conclude on today's theme. Remember that manifestation is not just about wishful thinking. It's about clarity of vision, focused determination, and an unwavering belief in your ability to achieve your goals. Just as Sachin Tendulkar envisioned himself holding the trophy and Roger Bannister broke the mental barrier of 4 minutes mile, each one of us has the power to envision our success and achieve it. And we can do that in the supportive environment of Toastmasters. Whether it's conquering stage fright or delivering a compelling speech or improving on our leadership skills. Start by clearly picturing your success. Believe in your potential and put in the dedicated effort, and trust that by aligning your thoughts and action, you are actually manifesting your growth and working towards your success. So let's take what we have learned today and start manifesting our success. Thank you everyone. Let's give ourselves a big round of applause. Over to you, Toastmaster Rakesh, the presiding officer of the day.
Okay, so I'm back again. So before I get started, there is a link I posted in the group that you are all added to, where I need you to mark the your feedback, basically to find out the best role takers for the day, and we'll take a couple of minutes and complete this. I'll give 30 more seconds, please, if you have not already done.